Okay, so you guys are, you're not going to get too embroiled in the political discussions of the
I don't
town.
think so.
You're
No.
going to head off, try to get some iron ore, get
Yeah.
back. Okay.
Then we'll talk about swamp creatures.
Yeah.
Okay, so it sounds like you got kind of two big leads on where this iron ore could be. You've either got this bandit camp, maybe to the south west of the current location, just south of the Harley Barrows, or you could try looking along the road, the eastern road, which you'd have to head back north along the trail to where it intersects the road, and then just check off to the east or wherever.
I think checking the road is probably the first best plan because as much as I love bandits, an entire camp full of bandits sounds like an even worse situation. Let's just walk in. Where's the ore, bandits? Where's it at? All right, turn it over.
Cool.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, you got us. Here you go. Yeah, I don't know. Do you guys? Does that sound good? We should
no,
just,
road
check the
sounds
road.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, so I'm assuming that Kurthak's going to lead the group again.
Yep.
Give us a survival roll.
All right, what is my 2? 17.
Damn, son. Okay. Yeah, you guys set north along the trail that you headed down into the road, or into the town on, and you head back up north. Roll a 2d6.
7.
7. Roll 20 is being super slow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's lagging a little bit. I don't know why.
Let's see. 7. Yep. It's you have an uneventful day traveling north along the road. It takes you about 4 hours to get back up to where it intersects with the larger eastern road, and it's just a large dirt track that heads from Verascali off to the east. So you guys are going to set off marching along the east.
Sure.
Do you want to lower your speed in order to increase your perception?
Yeah, I mean we're not going. We're
Yeah.
not heading in a particular direction. So
Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead and give me another 2d6, JP.
All right.
Oh, what's the weather today? It's clear.
8.
It's a nice day today. 8. Yeah, you're heading off towards the North Ellen Plain, actually, just heading along the East Road. And towards the end of the day, as twilight is falling, you find a wagon wheel off along the right-hand side of the road, just sort of sitting in the brush. It's got plants growing up around it and everything, but yeah, it's got a couple of its spokes broken.
do we see like a drag trail where the wagon that was attached to this wheel might have gone?
So it's been like a number of weeks, and it's been raining in the meantime. So I'm gonna get a survival test from you to see if you can see through the brush and across the land if there was some sort of drag trail here.
I'm actually trained in survival and have a pretty decent bonus, so. Yeah. At 13?
Okay, 13. It looks faint, but it looks like there are some scrapes in the dirt here that are not just natural furrows. Like you find a couple places where there's some very new growth growing up along the ground where it should be sort of larger hillocks of grass. So it seems like dragging off to the south. Actually, ironically, back towards the Rayfen, which is pretty much directly south of your current position.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll point that out to Kurthak. Be like, wagon was here. Now it's that way. Looks like it goes into the swamp.
I just like slowly turn to him, then slowly turn back, and I'm like, Jesus Christ! Just like walk down the wagon, where it's going.
Yeah.
That really wants to avoid the swamp.
I'd just give a really smug grin to everyone because wants to go there anyway.
I'll say to Kurthak, I clap you on the back and be like, "Don't worry, Papa. We'll keep you safe.
Okay.
Let's go."
I'll be the first. I turn around and just like I'll be the first one out. I'm just saying.
So I'm gonna unsling my crossbow and put a quarrel in it and get it ready to go, and then I guess we'll head off that way, maybe.
Okay. Are you trying to track the drag marks through the dirt?
Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll have to, right? Kurthak, you got a good survival, right? You can help me, or I can help you. What's your bonus?
I have a 2 on it.
I got 5.
I'm not proficient in it.
Yeah, how many people can help?
You don't get any more. There's no additional benefit to multiple people helping.
Yeah.
Just advantage
So,
or not? Basically.
Whoever's got the second highest roll, auto roll, and then.
Yep.
So yeah, Kurthak, do you want to do that for me?
You want to help Grigori, Kurthak?
Oh yeah, yep.
Cool.
Grigori
Oh,
the Huntsman.
That's not right. Sorry.
That's-
19.
Nice.
Okay,
So,
so I've got-
Grigori, you've got advantage.
So is there a way of doing advantage, or should I just
Yeah.
roll
So your
twice?
/roll 2d20 d1l plus 5.
D1L plus 5. No, that didn't work.
Oh, dl1.
Oh, okay, thanks. There we go.
Okay, 15. Not too bad. It's slow going. So,
Yeah.
Grigori, roll 2d6 for me, please.
3.
Okay. That's potentially an interesting result. Nope. Oh, roll 1d20. Oh, no, wait. Yeah, 1d20.
That's not good.
Roll
Nice.
1d10.
I either got the great roll or a terrible roll. Okay, 20 and a 5.
5. Okay, you follow the drag trail through the grasses, and the sun starts to go down. And just as it's getting to be a little bit too dim for you to be able to follow it readily, you see sort of you're at the top of a hill, and maybe like 2 miles in the distance is like the ground sort of like collapses in places as it sloughs down into the swamp. So you can actually see the Wraithen ahead of you. But immediately down at the bottom of this hill, there's like a small hut, and then like 12 large copper basins that look like they're filled with water out in front of this hut. And there is a man sort of walking from basin to basin with a bag, and he's tossing some grain or something into the basins.
Ooh, it's a still, or a series of stills.
Or
Okay,
feeding troughs.
so we stop at the top of the hill, and we all see this. Okay, I'll look at Tal and Verani and Kurthak. They're like, trail leads that way, like down the hill.
Yeah, you followed it in this direction. It's just getting dark enough that you're not sure you can actually follow it at night.
Okay, so I'll mention that. I'd be like, trekking is much harder at night. We should stop.
Do we want to stop here or down there?
Are there like torches lit around these copper basins where the guy's pacing back and forth, or no?
No, it looks fairly dim, though there is one lantern hanging on the door of the shack.
The shack is just like super small. It doesn't seem to be very large.
Yep, very simple wooden hut at the bottom.
Is
sort
the
of
shack
adjacent
like built
to the
into a hill, or is it just on
Nope.
flat land with no other?
on
connections?
flat land. There's a garden
How does the man
outside.
look like? Does he wear a robe? Is he a peasant? Is he
Yeah,
a farm person?
he's a kind of a larger man. He's got his head looks like it's shaved, and he's wearing a brown robe.
Does that brown robe belong to something specific?
There's no insignias, right?
Are you trying to get like a religion check?
Well, I'm trying to get the doctor to make a relation check.
I know he's
Just insinuating it.
he's a brown robe. I don't. Yeah, I mean, I assume it's just like a brown robe, right? Like, there's nothing
Yeah.
unusual about it, or like I wouldn't be able. Like the other guys had like a weird pointy hat, and like they look
Right.
strange. This guy just looks like a peasant, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we could go talk to him. I don't know if. Yeah,
I-
well, you know
yeah,
what? We
let's
could go
talk
ask
to him.
Yeah, we could
That
ask him
was
if he's
just
seen people dragging a cart into the swamp.
Yeah, exactly. Let's just, I don't think an evil person would be doing what he's doing, so who knows? Let's just.
Well,
Okay. I think an evil person would be doing exactly what he's doing.
No, I mean, if I've never seen an evil person do what he's doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I like Kurthak's empirical ontology. Like, if I've never seen it, shit doesn't exist. It's
Yeah, that's how it is, man.
never seen a dragon before. Don't
Never
think
seen the
they're
Flint's
real.
worm before.
Yeah.
Yep. I just
Okay.
like start marching down the hill
Yeah.
towards
Okay.
it.
Great. So, are you going first, Kurthak?
Yep.
Okay. You approach in the twilight, and this man, he pulls out, or like he goes back to his hut, and he picks up a large spatula, sort of wooden stick. It's like 3 or 4 feet long, with maybe like a 1 foot in radius or 1 foot in diameter wooden paddle on the end of it, and he sticks it into one of these large basins, and he's just stirring it around. And he looks up from it in your direction, and he waves. This sort of, as you're a little bit distant, and shouts, "Hail, traveler! Well met!" And he's stirring around.
Yeah, I give another. I wave back, and I'm just like, "What are you stirring there, friend?"
And he says, I'm tending my hagfish."
I turn back and I say, "Hagfish and evil don't really mix, right?" just checking. I think we're
dire
good.
hagfish?
I keep walking towards them, and I'm like, "I've got me and my party are just passing through. You mind if we come and look at the place?" I kind of say questionably.
That's for rent.
Yeah.
We saw it on Craigslist.
Yeah.
He says, "Oh, well, there's not much to see here at my place, but you could certainly stop in for a moment. Are you traveling at night?"
Well, that we hope not to. We hope not to. I assume I've gotten right up next to it.
Yep, you're right up next to him by now. Are the rest of you all like right with Kurtak?
Yes.
Yeah, I think we gave him a little bit of a lead, and then we're approaching.
Okay.
I'd continue on and say, "Yeah, we're out here looking for some bandits. I assume you've seen the wagon wheel down the road, or the brush growing on the wagon wheel. Apparently, some bandits have. We're looking for bandits, basically, and if it means we don't have to go into the swamp, then I'm all for it. If you have any information."
The man smiles pudgily. He's just a very rotund gentleman with this like large brown frock that's draped over his body. He smiles. He says, "I'm afraid I don't get out from my house very much. But good sir, would you go grab that bucket by the door and bring it over here? I'd very much appreciate it."
Yeah, I go and fetch the bucket, no problem.
Yeah, you come over as you're talking. He says, "Oh no, I haven't gotten very much out of this location, so I don't know about the wheel you're talking about." He scoops up like the water from this basin. It's a big copper basin, and it's like just this huge globule of mucus, like 4 feet in diameter, hanging from the end of this rod. And he just like slaps it into the bucket, which immediately grows incredibly heavy. He says, "Thank you. Go take that around to the back. There's a cistern. You'll have to open the top and then pour that in if you'd be so kind."
I'll go with you.
Okay, so the two of you go.
Yeah.
It's as he describes. There's like a stone cistern with a wooden lid on top of it that just levers up, and then when you pull it open, there's this scent of like just damp, moist, like viscous liquid down from in there, and you pour the mucus in, and it makes this sickening slurping, slopping sound as it goes.
I don't want to play anymore, Steven. This is gross.
You close it. There's no untoward events that occur as you're around behind the house.
I'm pretty sure that whole thing was an untoward event. Like nothing gross happens except all this other gross shit that just happened.
Nothing that kills anybody.
Oh, that's good. Fine.
So Gregorian Varani, he turns to you. He says, "So, you're looking for bandits, yes?"
Bandits, maybe. Not the bandits, yes. We are looking for wagon. Missing a wheel. Dragged by here. You see tracks. Was their wagon dragged by sometime recently? You remember this?
Yes. Wagon, 2 horses. Yes. You are looking for a man.
A man? Or
A man.
I'm always looking
just
for
a
a man.
man. Okay.
His name, I don't know his name, but those of us who live nearby have taken to calling him the Cockatrice Knight. Yes.
Okay, and why is this man called that?
Well, he has a fine suit of armor, and he has fashioned his helmet into that of a fierce cock. And he just sort of smiles.
I nod.
Do me and Tal only hear like the words "fierce cock" from the
Fierce cock,
conversation?
Yeah, you've like
I just like
slam
look
the
at him as
hatch
I'm.
shut. You hear fierce cock.
We should leave.
Yeah, I don't know about this
See,
place
he
anymore.
was evil all along.
Yeah.
So this cock man, he has our wagon.
The man chuckles and he holds his belly as he laughs. He says, "Cock man." Yes. No, he drove the wagon past here recently. Fashioned some kind of spare wheel for its back wheel, which was broken. I suppose that's what your friend was mentioning. He lives down in one of those gullies adjacent to the Rayfen. There's some kind of a keep down there. You may wish to speak with him.
Yes, I think I will speak with this armored coxman. And I look at Verani, and I'm like, it is nighttime, and we should rest.
Please, there's room on my floor if you'd like. You could stay here. I suppose that by now Kurthak and Tal are coming back around.
Probably.
Yep.
He says, I distill a very potent brew from the excretions of the hagfish.
I am sold.
Now then it's settled. Come, you shall join me for dinner.
Very little I like better than a potent excretion.
Potent brew from excretion.
I'm a man of few words. Okay, well, I'll say to him, yes, your offer is very polite. We will confer. A moment, excuse me. And then I'll go over to Tal and Kurthak and let them know, like, we could stay here with this guy, and it's safer inside than it is outside, and tell them about the cockatrice night and that whole thing, like.
Yep. Still doesn't sound evil to me. We're good.
All right.
I'm like, Tal, we're good?
I think we're good.
Great. Verani's okay with this?
Well, I just don't trust someone like that, but...
All right, Verani's
Okay.
okay with this, guys. Well,
So,
What
I
don't
mean-
you,
Well,
what don't you
I'll
trust
point
about
out,
him?
Verani, I'll point out, like, this man is, I understand you do not trust those of the village, of the city, of civilization. They are always speaking one word and meaning another, but this man, he's good, a hermit out in the swamps all alone, seeking to separate himself from civilization. Surely you
so
must...
how comes those creatures didn't take his animals, or him? If he's out there in the swamps all by himself all the time?
I think perhaps maybe the creatures do not care for hagfish.
Oh, okay. Well, if you just decided that, then I guess that's what it is, but I find it weird.
Bring it
I
up
also-
with him when we're inside. Like, ask him once we're inside. Maybe that's
Yeah,
maybe a good way to get a
maybe
good
we
lead.
should.
Cool.
and I guess tomorrow we'll go search for the bandit, which we have a name for now, apparently.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe that bandit is the dude. We should talk about it, like, more with him and try and get more information, like, about, even if it's just, like, legends or whatever about this cockatrice
Sure.
night. Because, like, I don't know why a dude would steal, like, by himself, steal a whole thing of iron.
Yeah. Unless he.
Yeah, also, if you steal it, why would you walk past people with it? One, I would assume you're a bit more secretive than dragging.
And we didn't,
the whole
hold on, we
thing.
didn't see any, like, bones or bodies or anything up on the road, did we?
Nope.
No.
Yeah, so where were the dudes that, like, the merchants that were bringing the ore in the first place? Curious
Maybe the
or,
swamp creatures got them.
curious or... Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys
Yeah.
are now inside the hut, I suppose. You decided to accept his offer of
Yes.
hospitality.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, now that you're down here, it's a simple one-room hut. It's probably like 25 feet by 35 feet, something like that. So there is enough room for each of you to lay out a bedroll near the stove and get some good rest. He brings out like a couple slabs of some sort of game. Maybe it's plains jackrabbits or something like that he's serving you this evening. It's delightful fare, and he has some freshly baked crusty bread that he just baked this morning, and he hands around little tiny thimbleful glasses of this liquor that he's distilled, and he looks at you very expectantly. He says, Yes, yes, give it a try. Do give it a try. It's really quite a delight.
Yeah.
Boom.
Bottoms up, hagfish goo.
Okay, yeah, you just knock it back. It packs quite a punch. It's actually like spicy when you drink it, but it's not thick. It's just a very
Jello shots. Yeah.
yeah. It's a clean, clear liquid. It actually looks like vodka, but it's supposedly distilled from the excretions of these hagfish that he tends.
I don't drink from this.
Outside. Okay.
I don't drink from this, and as I see, is everyone else? Because I know Grigori is.
I am. Yeah, I am.
Verani, are you?
I need a bit more convincing than random stranger telling me it's good.
As I see Tal and Grigori drink it, I ask the man, I'm like, so who buys this, and who do you sell this to?
He says, "Why? It's not for sale. I don't sell the fruits of my labor."
Well, you should. I mean, it's good, right, Grigori?
And is good.
Yeah, it's good.
He pours you another shot, Grigori, and hands it over to you.
You know,
Okay.
we could. I currently reside in Veriscali, and perhaps if you want to, start a business, I could come and fetch this and take it to Veriscali and sell it there at the inn. I'm very well known in the town.
He looks kind of bashful. He says, "Oh no, I could never sell this," and he takes a shot himself.
Yeah, this guy likes to get high on his own supply.
It's too good, and you shouldn't sell the fruits of your labor and your love. It perverts the exercise.
Wait, your
to make
love is
money
in
off
this?
of it. Well,
It's
yes.
getting better and better.
It's a work of love.
Grigori,
me,
what does
to
his
create
love
this.
taste like? Can you describe it to us? Can you? What?
Spicy.
It's spicy. Mm. I think spicy is worth selling, sir. Do you have a name, by the way?
He said, "Oh yes, yes. My name is Dimitri.
Dimitri, I think you can make a lot of money off this.
Give me a persuade roll."
Can I do well, I'm not really being intimidating.
See, Dimitri just doesn't want to participate in the machinery of capitalism here, Kurthak. And
I know.
Pretty much.
Persuade. Oh my god, it's a -1.
he wants to
Doesn't
keep
matter.
control of the means of production.
Nice.
You got an 18?
Yeah.
Let
Okay.
me tell you about Adam Smith, my friend.
He says, "Well, if you think it's really, if you really like it that much, and I can't help but notice that you haven't drunk yours yet, good Sir Kurthak. But if you think it's really worth worth showing to others, well, I could let you take a bottle with you when you go. I could give it to you for free."
Steven, since I have I have brewer tools, so I guess I know about brewing.
Yes.
I just drop knowledge about the brewing process.
Yeah, the brewing process, the distillation. How does it work when you're not using hops like malts and grains?
Yeah, I say all that.
He just starts spouting off. When you're boiling the wort, you really have to add twice as much water in order so that when it distills down, you're running it through a series of alembics, and then whatever.
Okay. Yeah, I will gladly take 2 or 3 bottles if you have some.
Well, he blushes. He says, two only. I have to. It's a time-consuming process to create. I wouldn't want to go without."
Fantastic. I'll let you know if it sells well.
He brings out 2 bottles and he hands them to you.
I look towards Grigori with a very stern face, showing my fangs this time, and I'm like, "You will not drink these."
I will not drink these yet.
I'm just like, "You will not drink these." And turn to him. We haven't slept yet, right? So it's still nighttime?
Yep, still nighttime.
We haven't brought up the swamp things.
No.
Okay.
No, you were busy trying to make money out of this poor man's labor. So
Yeah, you're trying to exploit the proletariat.
yeah, I know.
Are you? How do you feel about this, Verani? Are you kind of with Grigori about
I'm disgusted by everything he just did.
Yeah.
I start singing the Nationale, waving my red flag in the background.
I switch topics to the swamp people. I go from a very
Yes.
jubilant businessman to a very stern like bodyguard type approach of the of discussing the things in the swamp and how hideous they were when I was viewing them the day before.
Ah, okay.
And what he knows about them.
Yeah. So he says, I've heard tales of the things that live in the swamp, large lizard people and large frog people. I've heard of these. Also, there have been strange noises from the swamp of late.
Does it sound like this? And I just start like making gagging noises.
He says, no, that sounds like a morning sick woman that you're imitating.
That's why it sounds so authentic, right?
or perhaps one of the frog creatures could make such a sound. But no, the sound that I'm speaking of sounds like children wailing from the swamp at night. It's quite unnerving. When the wind blows just right and it blows over the moors.
When he says that, I look at everyone. I'm just like, evil.
I want to say to him, I was like, children wailing, you say?
Yes.
Where I am from, only adults can wail. Harpoons are very heavy. Do you mean crying, screaming? Is this what you mean?
He laughs and he says, "Oh, my friend, common is not your native tongue then." No, I
shake my head, no.
I mean, I do mean crying and then screaming and moaning. It's distressing.
This is what they said in the village.
How long has this? Yeah, how long has this been going on?
6 months. It's not regular. It only happens on the very occasional nights, but it does happen. I have heard it. It's very, very faint. Only when the wind blows just right.
And you've never gotten scared living out here by yourself with your fishes?
Oh, well, I've never seen any untoward creatures coming out of the swamp in this direction, so, perhaps the cockatrice knight is doing some kind of a duty down to the south along the border of the swamp. I don't know.
Yeah.
We will ask him about this.
Yes. Excellent plan. Here, treacle tart.
Why not?
So the fire burns down and the night goes on. Did you guys have anything else you want to ask the Dimitri, this hagfish monk?
I don't. No. I think as the fire dies down, I go and stand outside and take first watch.
Okay, so you're going to watch again?
Yeah, expecting everyone else to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Are you guys going to take another watch as well, each of you?
Oh, yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
So Brian second, Petrovich third, Varani fourth.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
During my watch, Adam, after about like an hour after I can hear snores coming from inside, I go and inspect his... I think I just called you Adam, by the way. I go and inspect his...
Yes! How does it feel, Steven? How does that feel?
Wait a minute.
I'm on
you were
top
talking
now.
to me.
I was talking to you, yeah. I go and inspect his brewing setup and try to understand it at a more intricate level.
Yeah, cool. It's okay, Adam. He's already called me Neil.
Yep.
So,
It's just a long chain of how this
yep.
works.
Yeah, you go inspect the brewing setup. You want to take like an hour and see if you can sort of reverse engineer how this is done?
Can I take two and watch at the same time, like very carefully to make sure, one, no one's coming outside of the hut, and two, no one's about to kill me?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a brewer's, a brewery roll, which is...
Is that just a flat D20?
It's plus your proficiency bonus, since you are proficient in it. So plus 2.
Okay, sure. 20 fucking 2.
Damn, dude. Okay, so Kurthak, he's got like one eye looking this direction at the door and one eye like following all of the copper tubing of the still out back of the house. And after 2 hours of careful study, you feel like you understand the process by which this is made.
Okay.
There's
a intellectual property, Kurthak.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
It looks like he sort of siphons in the hagfish mucus, and then he boils it down into some sort of a condensate, and then he adds water to it and boils it for another hour or so. It filters over down through sort of a special proprietary blend of herbs and spices, and then there's another distillation process at the end that filters it into its most potent form.
All right. Time to make some of that.
Yeah, you can go ahead and write down that if you manage to build yourself a special still and acquire a source of hagfish mucus, then you could brew this special brew.
All right.
It's actually a special kind of gin.
Gotcha. And then I don't do anything else for the watch.
Okay. And did any of the rest of you have anything specific you wanted to do on your watches?
I don't think so.
No.
Okay.
Keep an eye out for shit.
I might actually take a little walk around the hut. And
Okay.
I definitely want to be outside listening for those noises in case there is wind.
Ah, okay. Varani, will you give me a perception roll?
I will, if you tell me what to type.
Let's see. So it's roll 1d20 plus 2 for your perception. Oh, yeah.
Jesus.
Awesome. So, Varani, the wind blows across the plains, and you do hear, very, very faintly off in the distance,
What is that?
Oh, it's that whale those kids are hunting.
yeah.
Archie blows.
So it's just this howling, mournful sound that comes blowing with the wind from the swamp. And you do hear it. So, that being said, I think it's time for another break.
All right. We'll take our second break, and we'll come back and go into hour 3 right after this. We've also rolled extremely well, so that means when we get into combat,
We're dead.
we're all dead.
We're all
Yep.
Like I'm just making, and I will be running. I have an actual move that says I can run and also attack at the same time. I'll be using that in hour 3 coming up right after this. We'll see you guys in just a bit.